Good morning, everybody. This is Thelma. So today I'm going to be talking about how we can have peace of mind. Pretty simple topic, and it's one that has been talked about time and time again. But the focus of my discussion today really is going to be on what we can control, how we can control and determine whether or not we live a life of peace, peace in our mind, peace in our lives, peace in our environment, and peace, just in our interactions with everybody in general. And so, one of the most significant things that we tend to talk about a lot of times when we talk about, peace is we are sort of looking for people to do things the way that we do things, or people to want things to be the way that we want things. But that's not the way the world works. Everybody is unique in themselves. Everybody is completely unique to and different in different ways. Not necessarily that a person is not necessarily bad or good because they are different from us. Imagine what kind of world would the world be if everyone in it were just exactly like you. Think about that for a minute. And when you think about that and replace the word world with home, school, work, church, community, even nation, basically, and think about what it would be like if everybody in your home, if everybody in your school, if everybody in your community, if everybody at work, if everybody you interact with was exactly like you. From personal improvement standpoint, how do you think that would reflect? The world will definitely be a stagnant place to live in. So the solution to world peace or peace of mind for you as an individual is not everybody being exactly the way that you are. Until we realize that the way we think, and the way we act has a direct impact on the world around us and how it reacts to us, we will never really be able to experience peace. If you're expecting everybody else to act a certain way, but you are thinking and acting a certain way in conflict with the way the world or the people around you think, then you're creating instability in your own environment, in your own direct circle of influence. Okay, as Pope Jean Paul II said, before renewing systems, the institution and the methods, one must seek renewal at the heart of man first. In other words, before we start complaining about the system is bad, the government is bad, the institutions are bad, and let's reform the institutions, and let's reform this, and let's reform that. Before we start to think that way, we must first think about how we can renew our own hearts, your own mind. You can replace the word heart for mind, but basically think about how you can renew your own self. The sooner we realize that the only thing we can control directly is our own thoughts. Everything else around us is truly a manifestation of how we think, what we think, and what the world, or how the world reacts to the way we think and the way we act. And so if your goal is to live in peace with the world around you, or with the people around you, then you must first seek to, find peace within yourself. Essentially, you must first seek to find peace within yourself. Until you can find peace within yourself, it's difficult to expect that the world will conform to your concept of what you think peace should be. So one of the things that I have come across in my recent readings and studying and just learning, basically, personal development, basically, is that there are 5 wonders of the mind. Number one, you have the ability to control what you think about from minute to minute and from day to day. And until we begin to realize that and realize the significance of that, then we won't necessarily have any peace of mind, because we won't be controlling our thoughts. If you're not controlling your thoughts, if you're allowing commercial media or social media and all of those other things around you, or the people around you, to influence how you think from minute to minute and from day to day, then you're definitely less likely to experience peace of mind. Okay, number two, you have the ability to creatively imagine your future in the precise way that you want it to evolve. In other words, don't let yourself go with the flow. Don't just accept the status quo. Don't accept the way things are as the way they should be. You need to creatively imagine the future that you want for yourself. Creatively imagine how you want to live, what you want your life to be like, and focus on that. And you keep building on that. That is how you can determine for yourself whether you want a life of, because nobody's intentionally going to sit down and say, oh, I want a life of suffering, or I want a life of pain. You have the ability to imagine what future you want for yourself and create it by virtue of your thought process. You also have the ability to access information from sources beyond your conscious self. In other words, we are all a product of a super conscious being, of a super conscious mind. And so we have the ability to access information directly from that source. I've talked a lot in some of my blogs about how we can actually do that. So I would encourage you to look at some of those other videos. Also, you have the ability to eliminate negative thoughts and emotions from your life. Sometimes because of the way the things that we are exposed to constantly, we entertain negative thoughts. Sometimes we watch the news and all we hear is negative things happening out there in the world. And so we begin to dwell on those negative things and it becomes our thoughts. Sometimes you have people around you, family, friends, co-workers and whatnot, that create certain emotions within you, emotions of anger, emotions of hatred, emotions of envy, emotions of, cynicism, and when we are constantly allowing ourselves to be in those environments that create those emotions, then we are enabling, or we are creating a method or a forum for us to lack peace of mind. And so you definitely have the ability to eliminate those negative thoughts, all those negative emotions from you by removing yourself from any environment or from any influence that will breed those negative thoughts or emotions. And then number 5, you have the ability to act the part of the person that you most want to be. With this ability and with the ability and characteristics rather, that you desire. So it's very, very important that we determine for ourselves. And like I always say, write things down and verbalize them. Write things down, verbalize it. Whatever you want, whatever future you want for yourself, write it down and verbalize it and visualize it as well. Those are very important ways that we can influence the way we think. Those are very important ways that we can influence the way we act. And so the common factor in all of this is you. You have the ability to do all of these things. Nobody can do them for you. People can motivate you and give you the right tools and create the environment and all of that, but you have to be the one to take action. You have to be the one to take control of every one of those things. And ultimately, at the end of the day, how can we do that? How can we convince ourselves really that we have the power to do this? There's a prayer that I mentioned some time back, which is a prayer that I pray constantly. And that prayer is because I believe that we were all born with certain riches, when we came into this world. And until we tap into those riches, we won't be able to receive the rewards of those riches. And so our prayer should always be, Lord God, grant us wisdom with which to accept and use wisely the riches that we received at birth, which consist of the power to control and direct our mind towards whatever end that we desire. That is a prayer, my dear friends, that you should pray every single time so that you can wake up that super conscious, that super mind, that power within you that will allow you to bring out the best of yourself. As always, I love you. Thank you for watching my videos and checking out my blog. Please share these videos, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week ahead. And of course, share your comments and feedback. As always, I also appreciate share, share the video and whatever you may have learned from this video. I look forward to talking to you again soon. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.